All right guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeff Cordero, and today I have a new piece of gear for my saddle hunting setup. This is a new platform from Tethrd. This is the Predator V, and I was in need for a new platform this year because the one I was using last year was a loaner from a friend of mine. Fortunate enough to have some good friends that had a Tethrd saddle that let me try it out, and he had an extra platform that he let me use last year, but end of the season came rolling around, he wanted his platform back, so I was in the market for a new one. I waited pretty much all summer long, just did a bunch of research here and there, checked out a bunch of different ones, checked out Cruiser, Lone Wolf, XOP, and then Tethrd came out with this new one. And I kind of just weighed all of the options and ended up settling on this Predator V. I wouldn't say I settled on it. I think this is the platform that I really wanted to get because it had a lot of the features. It came in at a really good price point for me. And it was just, I already have Tethrd stuff. I liked it. So I know the quality and construction. I know some guys that work there. So it just made sense for me to go out and buy this platform. I like this platform so much this year that I've already bought another one. So I have another one on the way. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool features in this platform, and that's why I chose it. So this is the brand new Predator V option from Tethrd. They also have an XL platform, which is a little bit bigger. It also weighs a little bit more, and they have a platform that comes in carbon. Maybe they make one in an XL in carbon, I think. But me personally, I just couldn't justify spending, the amount that a carbon platform costs. Yes, I know it's aluminum and you have to be careful because it will ting in the woods and that can alert deer or other animals, especially if you're close to them. But if you're just careful with it, I've had no problems getting in and out of the tree with this year without making any noise. Yeah, I think if you're budget conscious, the aluminum one is just fine. Again, me personally, I'm going to set one in a tree. It's gonna live there all season long. It's on kind of the edge of this food plot where I don't know where these deer are coming from. They could come from pretty much anywhere. That's why I'm putting it there. And then I have another one that's gonna ride in my truck. So when I do go to a new spot, when I do go to a place in the rut where I'm not sure where deer are gonna be coming from, I have the mobility that comes with a saddle. And I'll have an extra platform with me. So at a price point, this is $189 for the Predator V, the regular version of it. I think the large version costs, the XL costs $209, so an extra 20 bucks for a little bit of a bigger platform. I have a 10.5 boot. I don't have any problems with my feet on this. I don't feel like I'm running out of room. I feel like I have plenty of room and it is comfortable to stand in. There's a lot of things that I liked in a lot of different platforms, but this one just seemed to have everything that I was looking for. So the Predator, or what was it called last year? Yeah, the Predator platform last year was pretty much square all the way across. It had a little kick out in the top here, but if you were ever trying to get on the side of the platform here, you really didn't have a lot to dig your boot in. You were kind of digging it in on a straight edge and hoping one of these little knobs was gonna hold you steady when you needed to make a shot. So this year when they went and they carved out and took some material out and you have a flat spot to stick your boot on when you're coming around the side of the tree, I really did like that. That was something I saw on other platforms that I liked. So the fact that this Tethrd one has it was a huge plus. And probably the main thing that I noticed from sitting in a platform last year, or standing in a platform last year, was that the front design of the platform makes a huge difference in comfort. Cruiser has one where it is sloped on the front, and I think there's a couple other ones on the market that have a sloped front to it, whereas the Predator platform last year from Tethrd was just straight across. And now it's not, I didn't notice it to be that big of a deal until I started doing really long, multi-hour sits, anything over like 5 or 6 hours, all day sits. Sitting here with your boot on the edge of the platform created a pressure point for me in the center of my foot that just kind of got to be uncomfortable throughout the day. Now, I wear a stiff boot when I am saddle hunting. I will wear my Western hunting boot, which is a pair of Hanwogs. They have a very stiff sole in it, so when I got on the edge of here, I felt really stable. I didn't feel like my foot was folding over it like it would be in a tennis shoe or maybe like a muck boot, like a rubber boot. I felt like I had a lot of stability, but I was just creating a pressure point in my foot. So Tethrd came out and now they have a slanted front to it where you can almost get your foot a little bit more flat on here, and that really alleviated a lot of that pressure. I've already sat in this thing or stood in it for probably, 12 to 20 hours already. I've done quite a few hunts in it already this year, and I've been very, very pleased with it. There is one or two things that I would adjust to it, and I might adjust on the platform that I have coming in the mail. I might make some modifications to it, but overall, I've been really, really pleased with this platform. Now, I mentioned the price on it. It's $189 for the regular. It is $209.99 for the XL, which is going to be a little bit bigger. This comes in at 3.4 pounds. The XL is 3.8 pounds, so it's not a very light platform. But again, it's not that heavy. I'm not hiking in miles and miles and miles to saddle hunt. I might be hiking a couple hundred yards, 4, 5, maybe 600 yards at the most. So for me to carry 4 pounds, it's not that big of a deal. They do offer a platform. It's the CFX platform from Tethrd. It does come in carbon, and it's going to, like I said, mentioned earlier, it's going to help with the tinginess that you could get from aluminum, especially if you bang it off of a wrist release or your watch, something else getting in and out of the tree. It's going to have much more of a dead feel, but I couldn't justify spending an extra $100 for a carbon platform because I'm not really concerned about the weight, and I'm also not someone who is going to sit for 60 days a year or stand 60 days a year in a platform. I might do 10 or 12 hunts out of a platform. The rest of them will be out of a lock-on tree stand, will be out of a ground blind. So there is a time and place for a saddle for me, and spending an extra $100 on a carbon one just didn't make sense. This Predator V, very good. The powder coating that they have on here has a little bit of traction to it, so it does have a little bit of bite in it. It's supposed to help with the rain and the snow, and if your boots are wet, especially the dewy mornings or evenings. I haven't noticed a slipping problem on it, but I do wish that it was a little more tackier, it was a little more grippier, kind of like a truck bed liner. So the next one I get, I might take this to the shop, blast all this off, and then recoat it with the Raptor liner, which is very abrasive, it's very grippy, and then I know if I'm ever in an awkward position where I'm really hanging on the edge of one of these knobs, I'm gonna get a ton of bite out of my boot. So that's the only thing I would adjust on this, really. Other than that, this platform's got pretty much everything I wanted. Slanted front, notched outs on the sides. It is very aggressive where it bites into the tree on the top and the bottom. I've had absolutely no problems getting this into a tree. Setting it up, getting it tight, and then wrenching the platform down. It gets really tight. It also has a spring-loaded adjuster on the bottom here, so you're never really worried about this thing coming undone walking through because there's just enough tension on the spring here to keep that screw in place, where when you make your adjustment, it's going to stay, whether you want it all the way in, out. You kind of get the angle to your platform based on your tree. This one right here I have wrapped with athletic tape. Again, this is just some stuff I took from the training room at work and wrapped it on here because this is metal. And the first time I set this up at the house, I was hitting it on the platform and it was making a very, very tingy noise. And I figured that could be a problem, getting in the tree, throwing it around, trying to grab it. So I wrapped it in this just non-stick athletic tape, and it has taken a lot of the ting out of it. It's still going to make a noise hitting it, but it has deadened that sound quite a bit. I like it, super simple, easy to set up, just like any other platform tree stand that I've had in the past. 2 loops on it, put it up on the tree, wrench it tight, get the platform down, wedge it down, gets tight. Again, I've had no problems with this actually biting the tree. Get in the tree, stands very solid, very easy to set up, and overall, just a great platform. There's a lot of specs that they have on their website that you can go check out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It is very high tensile strength, cast aluminum, so it is going to be very sturdy. It's rated for 300 pounds, but on their website it says that they didn't break it until past 1,000 pounds of testing. So they have a patented traction tread, which is what's on here right now. Not bad, very good out of the box. Again, I just want a little bit more, so I might make that modification myself. There are 2 mounting spots on this. There's the knob that comes in the top, which I've always just used, never had a problem. But if you wanted to wrap another strap down here in the bottom, there is a notch down here where it will sit up against the post and really be able to hold it at the bottom of the post if you're someone who wants to, you know, have 2 points of contact on the tree as in terms of straps. You could add a second strap here to the bottom. But again, me personally, I've not had any problems with just the one in the amount of time that I've been saddle hunting. So it's up to you if you want to do that or not. The one thing I really do like about this platform is if you've ever saddle hunted, trying to get all of the stuff on your saddle when you're getting up in the tree. You know, usually you have tree sticks hanging down one side, you got your bow rope hanging down the other, you have your backpack on, you're trying to work yourself up the tree. There's a lot of stuff hanging and dangling, banging into your legs. Last year, I just had a hook that I would attach the platform to on the side, and again, it'd just be banging. If I had my phone in my pocket, it was banging off the side of my phone. Didn't particularly like that, and if I was walking in, it was doing a lot of flopping around, so I was always ending up carrying the bow in one hand, this in the other, tree sticks strapped to the backpack. So one thing they did add this year was they have a tab at the bottom of the post that they have added this year where you can literally just hook it onto the back of my saddle and I climb up the tree. I've had absolutely no problems getting up and down into the tree with this hook holding on. It is just wide enough to fit on the saddle, so it fits very, very tight. But again, I've had no problems getting up and out of the tree with it on there. It's very convenient to have it back there because you can then work yourself up, just reach back, grab it, strap's already wrapped around it, put it on the tree, cinch it tight, cram it down, you're good to go. But overall, it's been a great platform for me. I've said I've hunted in it a couple times this year, and I liked it so much, I went out and bought a second one. It's on the way. This thing just came out in September 2024, so if you're in the market for a new platform, this Tethrd Predator V has done well for me. I encourage you guys to check it out. There's a lot of great ones on the market. For me, a lot of it had to do with the price point and a lot of the new design features that they had, like the cutouts, the lipped front, and the little tab on the back here to carry it into the tree. And again, I used a tethered platform last year, liked the way it's set up in the tree, thought I had plenty of space on it, still think I have plenty of space with this one. So if you're in the market for a new platform this year, check out this Predator V from Tethrd. It was a great option for me. Looking forward to continue hunting with it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you on the next one.